Having issues with your rotator cuff is the main cause of shoulder pain, which is why it's important to keep your rotator cuff muscles nice and strong and in good condition. So in this video I should explain what each of the four muscles are, where they're located, what they do, and how you can make them nice and strong. So all four of the rotator cuff muscles stabilise your shoulder joints and allow for any shoulder movement, so moving your arms around in all three planes of movement. So let's start off then with the supraspinatus muscle, or if you're from the US, supraspinatus. So the origin of this muscle is at the top of the scapula and it inserts in the top of the humerus. So all skeletal muscles have an origin and an insertion point, and when you contract a muscle, the insertion point is pulled towards the origin, if that makes sense. So the supraspinatus initiates shoulder abduction, so lifting your arms away from your body, and it also plays a key role in preventing dislocation of the shoulder. So again, really important to keep these nice and strong. So to strengthen this muscle, we're going to do scaption raises. The scaption plane is in between the sagittal plane and the frontal plane. If you're working in the frontal plane, that'll be your arms going out to the side and your legs as well, but we're talking about shoulders today, so just the arms. So out to the side and back in, and the sagittal plane is in front and behind, so flexion and extension. Okay, and this will isolate your supraspinatus muscle. And to make sure your thumbs are pointing upwards when you do this exercise. Okay, this is the safest position for your shoulders. So stand nice and straight, slight bend in your knees, shoulders back, nice deep breath, and slowly lift the weight up around to about shoulder height. Make sure you use a light weight for this. Something you can do, 15-20 reps pretty easily. Not trying to build massive delts for these. Yeah, you can put a hat on as well if you're training in a cold garage like me, because winter is coming, Jon Snow. So remember, not to the side, not to the front, but in between, about 45 degrees. If you feel pain doing these, I would definitely recommend seeing a doctor. Get yourself checked out, otherwise keep doing them. 2 or 3 sets of these, 15-20 reps should be fine, a couple of times a week. And yeah, just try and keep constant tension on your shoulders when you're doing them, straight up, straight down. And yeah, try not to swing the weight of your body. Like I say, if you're using a light weight, you shouldn't need to do that anyway. Okay, next muscle, your subscapularis, the largest and strongest muscle of the rotator cuff. It's located on the inside of your scapula, on the anterior side, so facing the front. Posterior is the back. The origin is the subscapular fossa, and it inserts on the upper humerus. The main function of this muscle is to internally rotate your shoulder, and the best and easiest exercise for this is internal rotations with an exercise band. For example, if you watch this idiot right here, no, not that idiot, this idiot, there we go. Same posture as before, but tuck your elbows in. You want your elbows about 90 degrees, humerus bone straight down. Don't move this part of your arm forwards or backwards, you just want to keep it in place and rotate it. And bring the band in towards yourself, slow controlled movements. Make sure you keep your body still with this, okay, don't twist your body. Rotate your arm inwards as far as you can, and same when you rotate outwards. Yeah, again, just do 15-20 reps of these, couple of sets, a couple of times a week. Now the last two muscles of the rotator cuff basically do the same job. They're both located on the posterior side of your scapula on the back. The first one is the infraspinatus muscle, and this is the larger of the two. The origin is the infraspinous fossa, and the insertion point is, again, the top of the humerus. And you also have the teres minor, which is located just underneath the infraspinatus. The origin is the lateral edge of the scapula, and again, it inserts on the greater tubercle of the humerus. The primary role of these two muscles is to externally rotate the shoulder, so outwards. It also helps with shoulder extension, taking your arm back behind you, and adduction as well, bringing your arms back in. And to strengthen these muscles, you just need to do some external rotations, again using an exercise band. And these two muscles combined aren't actually as strong as your subscapularis, so you'll need to use a lighter band to do the same amount of reps. So, as always, posture first, and I'm sorry to say it's the exact same posture as before, but this time we're externally rotating the shoulder, and again you want to keep your elbow tucked in, only rotate your humerus, okay, don't move your arm forward and backwards and whatnot. Don't twist your body again, save that for the dance floor. Once again, use a range of motion you're comfortable with. Don't try and force it, it's not necessary. Nice controlled movements again, and you want to do a couple of sets, 15-20 reps, a couple of times a week. And don't forget to stretch after a workout, especially if you have limited flexibility and mobility in that area. Doing a combination of all three of these exercises is going to give you a really good all-round, strong and healthy rotator cuff, and you're far less likely to injure your shoulders in various situations because you'll be stronger in all three planes of movement. I mean, look at me, my shoulders really healthy. No issues whatsoever.